Folks, until today, if you had insulated wire, or if you were using copper wire, you'd have to solder the wire to the balun to connect it, or to the insulator at the end. As of today, if you're using 12 gauge single strand bare copper wire, or any gauge single strand bare copper wire that you can think of, that day is over. If you're using bare single strand bare copper wire, 12 gauge, 10 gauge, whatever, 14, you name the gauge, you no longer have to solder the wire to the balun to connect it, nor to the insulator. It's not the case with insulated wire, but with copper wire, you don't have to solder anymore. Hi everybody, Trippy AC8S here, and today I'm going to show you how when I build antennas, I connect them to the balun, and I can connect the other end of each leg to an insulator, and I don't have to solder at all. The first thing you're going to need to know is there's only one balun in the industry using eye hooks. Eye hooks are wonderful because you can just put the wire through the hole and then fold it back on itself. In my hand, for those of you who are blind listening to this, in my hand I'm holding the only balun in the industry that has the eye hook. It's the MFJ 918. It's the only balun I use when I build antennas, or the only balun I use when I put up my own. It has an eye hook on the top for your piece of rope, and then on the right and the left side is an eye hook for your two legs of your dipole, or your dipole inverted V combo, or your inverted V. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you connect the wire to the balun. I'm just going to do one leg of the antenna because it's the same on the other leg. I've got the piece of wire here. It's a 12 gauge single strand bare copper wire. And so I'm going to put the wire into, we'll use the hole on the right, the eye hook on the right for this. You put it in through the hole until it touches your thumb. I've got my thumb on the hole right now, and I'm going to, with my left hand, I'm going to put the wire through until it touches, that same thumb. It's touching my thumb as of now. You can see the wire in the hook right there, and now my thumb is touching it. Now I'm going to take my other thumb while it's still in the hook, and I'm going to go from my end of my thumb, push the wire until it touches my hand, till my thumb touches my hand. Right about there. You can see it in the video. Now, I have my left thumb, my other thumb, on the hook and on the wire. With my right thumb, I'm going to fold, while I'm holding the wire in place, I'm going to fold it over onto itself. And I'm folding it now onto itself. And I have folded it now so it's touching, as you can see in the video, I have folded it and onto itself, and the wire is touching the wire, touching itself, just like that. Now, it will not come off the balun. It will not come off. You can hear it. It's not going to come off. It's hooked. A 70 mile an hour wind, an 80 mile an hour wind, whatever, will not be able to take that off. We've had 70 mile an hour winds here in Michigan, on the east coast of Michigan. We get them a lot, high winds here, and none of the antennas that I put up have come down yet. None of them. So that's how you hook it up to the balun. Now, I'm going to unhook it because I'm going to use the same wire on the left, or on the insulator end. All right. Now, I've got the wire in my hand. I'm getting a kink out of it because there was a kink because I connected it to the balun. So as soon as I can get the kink out of it, there it is. I'm going to now get out the porcelain insulator. The only insulator I will ever use, ladies and gentlemen, is a porcelain insulator. These are sun resistant. They don't wear out in UV rays like plastic does or any other kind of insulator. I recommend that you get a porcelain insulator. Ham Radio Outlet sells them. The DX store sells them. Other ham radio businesses sell them as well. You want the porcelain insulator, not the big one. You want the small one. Now, I have in my left hand the wire. I have the insulator in my right hand. The insulator has 4 holes on it, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, as all insulators do, have those 4 holes. What I need to do now is I need to put the wire into the insulator until I have it in my left hand. I'm using my left hand to do this. I'm going to put the wire into the insulator, into the first hole on the top, and I want it to touch my thumb. So here we go. I'm inserting it into the insulator right now. And my thumb, you can see where the wire is, just even with the hook. And my thumb is touching that wire right now. I'm holding it in my left hand with my thumb touching the wire. Now I'm going to take my right thumb, while I'm holding it in my hand with my left hand, take my right thumb and touch the wire. Now I got to go push the wire through the hole now, or further I should say, until the wire goes to my end of my thumb and touches my hand right there. There's my thumb touching my hand. It's about 1.5 inches. Now that I've got the wire where I want it, I'm holding it with my left hand and my right hand. My thumbs, the left thumb is on the left side of the insulator, the right thumb is on the right hole on the insulator. The left thumb is on the left hole, the right thumb's on the right hole. It's where I want it now. So I'm going to fold this wire over onto itself, keeping the wire where it is. I'm folding it now onto itself. And now I have folded, as you can see, I have folded the wire so it's touching itself. The end of the wire is touching the wire. It will not come off. It will not come out. I'm holding it right now, and it's not coming out, and it's perfectly connected. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just connected the wire to the balun, and then I've connected the wire, unconnected it from the balun, of course, and then I connected the same wire to the insulator. And none of this will come out now. So from now on, if you're using single strand bare copper wire, I get mine at Home Depot. That's where I recommend that you get yours. It bends very nicely. It doesn't spring on itself. It's perfect wire. It's what I use. It's the only thing I'll use. But you now do not have to solder anymore. If you're using copper wire, single strand bare copper wire of any gauge, you don't have to solder anymore when connecting the wire to the balun or the wire to the insulator. Now, if you want to order the MFJ 918 balun, which has eye hooks on it, it's the only one in the industry that does. You can order it from MFJ directly, or you can order it from Ham Radio Outlet. They have them. The DX store carries them as well. Thanks for watching this and listening to this, and it's so wonderful to be able to influence ham radio for the better. No more soldering if you're using single strand bare copper wire. Thanks so much.